Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. People are joining from across the globe, various parts, various time zones. That's the reason probably we have been waiting for so many people, and we have got registration to take participation in this program from various corners. So I wonder that people are still trying to catch up with the times, depending on the region they are coming from. But let me welcome you all to the special celebration of World's Intellectual Property Day. And today is a very, relevant day for this program to happen. And then we'll dive into a kind of fascinating intersection of IP and music. These two, are not in discrete form and running. Maybe they are converging somewhere. So we have coined the name as IP and music fill the beat of IP. Incidentally, as we all know that music moves the world, and in this world today, we understand that every bits of music, that those the musics are created to fascinate people. As a whole, music moves the world, and behind every beat, maybe every lyric, every rhythm, there lies an ecosystem of rights and protect that impose the creators. So this is something which we must keep in mind while we kickstart the program. Now, we are overwhelmed that we have received so many kind of, positive feedbacks from people around and enthusiasts, those who are enthusiasts in music as well as enthusiasts in kind of the legal framework, which is IP, we call it as. And we are privileged to have with us some of the finest and most distinguished, advocates, legal practitioners globally, is bringing this unique insights and intellectual property that not only protects but also propels the world of music. We are coming from only the music side of intellectual property. There are so many, but before we kickstart this, let me also introduce this LexDita as a boutique legal advisory firm based out in India. This organization is managed by eminent and expert professionals in the legal field. Our kind of efforts are always there to bring forth all these insights, and in this fraternity, the fraternity LexDita is operating out. So we'll get into this in more in due course. But before before we actually go to the plenary, the main session, I'd like to bring up a few interesting facts. And this is kind of revelation probably for all of us. I am sure that many of them here, they know about all these facts, but I must reiterate and touch upon those. I was talking about Beethoven. I'm so sorry, Beethoven. We got stuck in Beethoven. We love him so much. I know we cannot come out of that clutch. So Beethoven's struggle. Beethoven was the first, composer for his funded recognition and economic rights for his works. So we call it by that count, that's the pioneer of an IP advocate. I was also astonished that knowing the fact that the first sound recording which was protected, which is not a song, it was Thomas Edison's phonograph recording, which took place in 1877. So that is two things which I thought of sharing with you before we actually go to the plenary session. That brings us to begin the program, and now I would say that we are pleased to share also a few facts that LexDita here we have received confirmations from over representing many countries. And much further ado, let me invite first speaker, Mr. Kevin Fournier, focusing on US and UK and European patent both at prosecution, licensing, even to freedom to operate studies and infringement and validation options. Kevin's firm also handles technology and IP-related transactions, agreements such as investors' due diligence, joint development agreement, and IP licenses. At his personal capacity, Kevin has over 35 years of experience in the IP field. I'm sure, awfully big experience. Starting out as USPTO patent examiner, what an humble beginning. Moving on to 2 law firms in the US before joining IBM's IP legal department in the UK. Kevin worked over there for 25 years, gained valuable insights, and commercial IP experience in corporate transactions. And finally, as a person like him and founding his own law firm to help technology clients in all of his key areas using his experience. Let me welcome warmly Mr. Kevin J. Fournier. Kevin, floor is all yours. Thank you so much. Over to you, Kevin. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kevin. It was so insightful, discussions, deliberations. And we really could connect this relevancy between, human being, intellectual property, and protecting those creations. Wonderful, wonderfully articulated. Thank you so much once again. So let's, all of us show some love to Kevin. Let's show some love to Kevin. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Be around Kevin. So we have other panelists and speakers here, and we'll also here to listen to all of them, and then we'll come back to you once again with during the open session. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
Now we have heard wonderful deliberations by Mr. Kevin Fournier. Yeah, and then we now have with us Ms. Darshi Mankar, the managing associate of YJ Trivedi and Company. Before I leave the floor to Darshi, let me also give her introduction. Darshi is a seasoned expert in intellectual property, leading that trademark opposition rectification department in her organization. With over more than half a decade of experience, she excels in trademark prosecutions, oppositions, and cancellation proceedings. Darshi provides strategic advice on brand adoption, portfolio management, and other contentious matters, consistently achieving favorable outcomes in trademark oppositions. She also drafts agreements, including franchise, production, and licensing agreement, which are extremely important for in any legal firm. Darshi is also a thought leader. So she participated in prominent conferences like the World IP Forum. It's a very, very prestigious IP session and global IP conventions, and shared her expertise as a guest lecturer in these institutions at the esteemed institutions as well. Darshi holds a BBA, LLB, and Masters in Business Laws. A gold medal laureate winner, and she has completed a YWPO course on the merit system. Darshi has also co-authored chapters in publications and spoken as a panelist, rights, and industry trends. Darshi's dedication to IP excellence makes her a trusted professional in this field, and she's with all right choices. She is one of the kind of most certain go to legal advisor in this field. Thank you so much, Darshi, for being here. Over to you. The floor is yours. My childhood days. These are the questions which are there in my mind. What exactly happens with those artists, those who creates those 2005, around 2005, I joined one music industry in India, the music album chain in India, and then I realized what are the intricacies, what are the kind of technicalities involved behind this copyright or maybe royalty agreement and stuff like that. Because once your originality is being taken away, or maybe your ownership is being taken away by dint of some agreement being signed, then I understand what kind of pain goes through. The owners, the creators, the composers, they go through this kind of pain, and always the agony and probably apprehensions, like what will happen to my creations. But those are now being, secured through structured, proper agreement, which Darshil pointed upon. These are extremely important. Drafting the contract, all that important. Thank you so much, Darshi. Thank you so much for all these information, which are although available in the public domain, but not in a very scattered form. So you have actually articulated, packaged it together, brought it up. Thank you so much. Be around, let us show some love to Darshi. Thank you so much. Such a good session. Now be around, please, Darshi. We'll have open conversation, and then probably we'll take questions. Now, let me also invite one gentleman, Mr. Pratik Monath. He is the head of, Tectonic IP. I think, and I have pronounced it right. Like, I mean, let me also, give a heads up kind of introduction. Mr. Pratik Monath is a leading intellectual property professional. He currently serves as the head of, Tachyonic IP, a firm known for its dynamic and forward-thinking approach to IP strategy, starting from IP strategy to innovation management, and all these, related to intellectual basis, with his deep understanding of patents, trademarks, and technology law. Mr. Pratik Monath brings a unique blend of legal expertise as well as technical insights in the field of intellectual property of companies, corporate houses, research institutions, and legal professionals on building robust IP protocols, portfolios, and leveraging them for commercial advantage. As a speaker and mentor, Mr. Monath is actively engaged in spreading this IP movement, IP awareness, I call it as, and empowering create rights on this, intellectual property and global IP landscape. His leadership at, Tectonic IP continues to not only in India but also internationally. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pratik. This is wonderful. I was just going to type on this chat saying that by far this is one of the most interesting sessions that I have attended on the application side of the IP rule, or maybe you talked about all these technicalities in terms of instruments, the way the instruments behaves, or with the way it resonates with different laws, different kind of practices. Wonderful. Wonderful, it is indeed wonderful. I'm sure that all of us here are actually enjoying this session. But there is something yet to unfold. So let's wait. We'll come back. We'll regroup. We'll again have discussions, exchanges, all these things. Thank you so much once again. You can stop sharing your slide if it is there. Let me quickly go to our next speaker. I would request Mr. Advocate Aviti Chatterjee, as a very senior advocate in Supreme Court of India, the apex court in India. I mean, that is where we'll also see the kind of governance, Indian IP structures, or maybe the practices, the real life cases, all these things. So just to briefly introduce Advocate Aviti Chatterjee, he's a native of Kolkata, Eastern Provincial City in West Bengal, in India. He has over 16 years of experience as an attorney. Was appointed advocate for a very prominent public sector insurance company called New India Assurance, and as a member in the Supreme Court of India. He also practiced in High Court. Also, the member of Commercial Tax Bar Association in West Bengal in India. Additionally, Mr. Chatterjee also offers his guest lectures to many reputed institutions, law schools, maybe other institutions. His expertise lies on multidimensional legal matters. Of course, it is overlooking everything like trademark issues, criminal matters, civil matters, tax matters. He practices all these areas, and is committed to giving his clients the kind of best output, advice. That we say that the interest of the client is held high, and we get the right kind of advices from him. So Mr. Chatterjee is such a kind of brilliant advocate in his own merit. His approaches to each and every case has come with a kind of distinct viewpoint. So these, I mean, he weighs all these cases distinctively with their merits and different viewpoints, so that the results come out to be the advising piece is the best result, and that leads to the client satisfaction to the best extent. With that, I fall short of my words, talking more about Advocate Chatterjee. So it's over to you. Floor is all yours. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Chatterjee, for being with us. Floor is all yours. Thank you. Thank you so much, Advocate Chatterjee. Thank you. It's our honor to be. I mean, you are here. We have got you here. Your kind of words are so comforting and so reassuring that you talked about the governances, you talked about the frameworks, and which are extremely important. Yes, of course, you have touched upon the right thread that AI cannot get this kind of privilege to have kind of its own rights, or maybe the intellectual property being secured there and insured there. uh, Wonderful. It is such a wonderful session, an enriching session. Please be here around. We'll love to have you once again here. So let us show some love
Thank
to
you.
Advocate Chatterjee, please. And we'll come back to you, sir, once again.
Mr. Ramit, I'm
uh,
sorry to interrupt you. Due to some my occupations, I have to leave now. I already conveyed this message to Mr. Rajat also yesterday. So I'm excuse me. Please excuse me.
okay, okay. Thank you. Please. Take your convenience, not a problem. We
Thanks
love
to
to get
all
you
of
once
you.
again here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So now, friends, we'll listen to somebody, and I mean, I don't know whether I'll be able to introduce him properly, or it is within my reach, but I'll try to do it in my own way. Let us all welcome Mr. Swaroj Kumar Singh. He's a very senior official in patent office. He's an assistant controller of patent and designs, the patent office in Kolkata, in West Bengal. Uh, I mean, he's serving as the assistant controller. This falls under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. So, in this role, he is responsible for overseeing of administration and examinations of patent and design applications. So, whosoever applies for any design or patent, I mean, this comes to his purview, his department, ensuring that they comply with the relevant intellectual property laws and regulations, comply with all the regulatory framework regulations, and then Mr. Singh's works involves managing the process, granting process, patents, maybe including the assessment of patentability and protection of intellectual property rights. Additionally, I would say Mr. Singh plays a crucial role in developing policies and practices related to patent law in India. This is something which is extremely important and extremely I would say valuable. He's involved in efforts to improve the efficiency of patent system, promoting innovations and support economic growth by protecting technological advancement. Because if we catch the right thread, that infringement, which gives us a kind of huge loss of revenue. So just to protect that, I mean, economies around any creations, his department works, I mean, hands in hand, and he is spearheading the whole activity. His expertise in intellectual property, combined with his leadership and skills and patent office in the patent office, makes him a significant figure of the legal and regulatory landscape of India, particularly in patent and design space. So it's over to you, Mr. Singh. It's all yours. I am not sure whether I have been able to introduce you properly, but I have tried my own way. Thank you so much. Over to you. Thank you so much, Mr. Singh. Thank you so much. We are really actually enriched from whatever you have said. But apparently it is so technically strong, and you have discussed about all the process, the steps, filing procedure, how long does it take, how it moves, everything together. I'm sure for all of us to assimilate all these things, this much of small time is not enough. So it takes a longer time, and then of course, these are very very important aspects which you have touched upon. Thank you so much for being with us. We still have some more moments, maybe minutes to take a few hands from the attendees. So I would make this floor open and would request people who would like to ask any more questions. Please do raise your hands, and we'll take a couple of hands now. And please, while you raise your questions, also mention who to take these questions to. Like say now we have 4 or 5 panelists here. So open to you. I'm just making this floor open for everyone to raise any questions. We have some paucity of time. We may take in a couple of questions, maybe 2, 3, 4 more questions, and then we'll try to wrap it up. Thank you so much. Over to all of you here. I hope you have all enjoyed. and we have learned so many things. Synthesizing all these information, synthesizing all this kind of technicalities, details, everything would take much of time. I understand, but since people are coming from the similar fraternity and we all have kind of understanding what IP and music is related. Music has its own kind of traits. So please, if you have any questions, raise your hand and we'll take those questions. Thank you. Over to you, please.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible. First of all, I would really
Yes,
like to
you are.
thank all the speakers to have given us such an insightful talk on this. So I had one question regarding AI. So Abhijit sir had mentioned about it in brief, but then, since he's not here, I'm open to anyone answering this. I'm not looking for an exact answer because I get it that AI is a thing that is still developing and not all the laws have been formulated well yet, and there are always going to be loopholes in that. But my question is, when Abhijit sir said that any sort of music that is generated through AI cannot get a sort of copyright because it's a machine made stuff. But if we look at it in general, AI is sort of making that music by using repetitive patterns of human made music. For example, if I'm asking ChatGPT to make a song for me, I'm giving certain prompts to it, and ChatGPT is sort of using all the information that is available on the web for free, which is accessible to all, and then it's sort of making a pattern, and then it's giving me a song. Now, in that case, if a particular artist finds out that there is a small part of that generated song which that artist might have created, and it is sort of used in a different pattern, but then it's still his or her own creation which they have rights for, which they have claimed copyright for. How do they further take the things up? Because since everything is becoming like open to everyone, so how do we tackle those issues?
While through common prompts, prompts, the ChatGPT is again gathering all this information, putting things into pieces, and then probably recreating a different story altogether, it's a different music altogether. To address this question, I'm open. Anybody, Kevin, maybe Pratik, Darshit, anyone, if you could answer these questions and enlighten this, and I'll be happy to know that as well as Elena would be also receiving a kind of address to his questions. Thank you so much. Over to Kevin or maybe Pratik. Yeah, Kevin, you have something to say here, I believe.
Hello, it's Kevin here. I don't know who's answering, but I can add that I don't. I think that the IP laws were meant to protect humans, and it's all about human creativity. This is my view. Everybody has their own view on this, but I think the IP laws are there to protect human, creativity. The creativity of the mind of a human being. If we were starting to protect everything that computers could or software could create, there could be thousands, millions of every second. There could be things. It's just not what the laws are meant to protect. I mean, we don't try to put computers into jail for breaking laws. There's no point locking a computer behind bars, right? I mean. You could just unplug it, and then it's no longer realizes that you put it behind bars. I always think the IP laws require signature by the inventors. Oftentimes, the inventor swears that they are not lying. And to have a computer swear that it's not lying, it just doesn't make any sense. So no, I don't think. I don't think there is a place for protecting the rights of an AI non-human.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I think that answers the question really now. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So I will go back to Advocate Rajat Datta. I would request him to wrap up the whole situation, and then probably we can take it forward from there. Thank you so much once again. Thank you so much, Rajat, for such a lovely, wrap up, note, or maybe put up thanks, I would say. Yeah, it was really wonderful, amazing, an experience. We'll keep going. As you have rightly said that, we are overwhelmed by the kind of responses we have received so far from various corners. And that led us to thinking to kind of conduct a physical event here in India sometime end of this year. We wish to invite all of you again, be there, given opportunity, given a kind of physical, what would say, possibility. We'll request all of you to be here, and we'll send out individual notes, individual invitation to all of you who have participated. Thank you for being with us. Have a wonderful weekend to all of you. In a short while, we'll wrap up and close this session. But before that, I would request our DJ to charge us up with a kind of soundtrack that will help us wrapping up the session well. Thank you so much. Over to you, DJ, please. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rajat, for such a lovely wrap up note, or maybe put up thanks, I would say. Yeah, it was really wonderful, amazing, an experience. We'll keep going. As you have rightly said that, we are overwhelmed by the kind of responses we have received so far from various corners. And that led us to thinking to kind of conduct a physical event here in India sometime end of this year. We wish to invite all of you again, be there, given opportunity, given a kind of physical, what would say, possibility. We'll request all of you to be here, and we'll send out individual notes, individual invitation to all of you who have participated. Thank you for being with us. Have a wonderful weekend to all of you. In a short while, we'll wrap up and close this session. But before that, I would request our DJ to charge us up with a kind of soundtrack that will help us wrapping up the session well. Thank you so much. Over to you, DJ, please. Thank you. We may unmute ourselves and say bye to everyone, and we'll keep hopping, we'll keep idling on all these issues, these relevant important issues from time to time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, sir. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.